Good morning, No Finish Line Nation. Liquid Shano 1973 or Shane Lakita coming at you on this fine Wednesday morning. It is cold. It is rainy. It is not a very nice morning up here in Maine, but it's supposed to be getting pretty good. I was looking at the forecast and saw that it's going to be in the 80s or upper 70s for the rest of the week and sunny and beautiful. So this is the time of year that I love being in Maine, to be quite honest with you, because I think that it's one of those things that during the winter, when I'm complaining about the fact that I'm shoveling my driveway or I am using my snowblower, I'm going to be coming to you on these podcasts going, why in the world do I live in Maine when during the summer or during the springtime and the fall, when the leaves are turning and the foliage is happening and it's absolutely gorgeous and it's beautiful. And we just went apple picking last weekend. Wife makes lots of fall different dishes. It's a great time of year. And then we also get this extra summertime temperatures that we didn't have before that are quite surprising and nice that's there. But this is just a remnants of Hurricane Jose and some rain and some a little bit of mugginess, but it's cold, it's chilly, so we're just gonna get through it and do what we have to do and then enjoy this next week and then keep moving on. So I just wanted to catch up with everybody this morning on Coffee Talk because I shared on the Connect already, with the Connect platform, which is the Weight Watchers platform that we use for any of those that are on Weight Watchers. It's on your application. You just click connect on there. You can actually go in and read some different posts and things. And then I'm also going to post this on the blog and on the No Finish Line Nation. The blog is at coffeetalk.blog, and the No Finish Line Nation is our Facebook page that we've put together that has about 30,000, almost 31,000 people all just getting together to have a good time and celebrate each other and encourage each other and all those things. So with that being said, the Coffee Talk this morning that I posted was about small steps and progression. Okay. So I had a conversation yesterday. I was at this meeting. I had about maybe around 50 to 60, I don't know, like the different people that we were there. We were doing a leadership training, and it was all about investing and developing your people and then holding them accountable and setting expectations. So it was great. It was good dialogue. It's also very relatable to what I do in my health journey around accountability and setting smart goals and those kind of things. So very relatable stuff, and I'm sure that that's going to incorporate something into future coffee talks. But when we were there and we were sitting there having a conversation, this young woman was there talking to me, just chatting with me at the table, and she was telling me, she goes, I know I've heard that you had lost a lot of weight. I heard that you have been on this journey. She was talking about how she feels like it's an uphill climb. It's a Mount Everest. It's unsurmountable, that she can't get through or get to the place that she wants to get to because she just feels like she has so far to go. And how empty of a feeling that is, and how much that's why she slides all the time. She gets going, the momentum starts going up to get to the top of the hill, and then she hits a plateau or she hits a divot or a cliff, and then she falls down the hill that she's trying to overcome. So we talked a lot about that. And what I told her was, I said, when I used the phrase that I've heard many times in my lifetime here with this journey that I've been on through Connect. A lot of people will say it took you an extremely long amount of time to build that hill up. It's not going to take you a day to be able to take that hill down. So it does take time to get there, one. So the words patience and stick-to-itiveness and drive and motivation are words that somebody that wants to lose weight or somebody that wants to be healthy, those are words that we don't want to hear, right? We don't want to hear words like patience or it's going to take time or anything like that, because we want our results now, which is why you see all these different things out there in the market that people are taking things and they're trying to get these upper pills and they're trying to do whatever other methods that are there that takes a really long time for somebody. I mean, that takes a really short amount of time for somebody where they can get that instant gratification where if they take their phone or they take whatever and they can press their phone and they can move on and get everything that they need, much like Google or Siri or whatever else that's there. So think about that for a second. She's sitting there telling me that this is an unsurmountable task and it's something that she can't get to. So I leaned in on that, and I told her things like patience and things like whatever decision you make right now at lunch, when we had lunch coming up and we had some really healthy wraps and things like that. But we talked about if you make a healthy decision today versus what you did yesterday, then that's a step in the right direction. Or I talked about where if you get home after being in a meeting for 7 hours with my mug sitting there for helping to facilitate this whole entire training, and you get home and you go for a walk at nighttime, guess what? That's a walk that you didn't do this morning, and you're having a step in the right direction. So we talked a lot about building momentum with steps in the right direction, and how you can take one little thing that you're trying to do towards your health journey, towards weight loss, towards being better, and you just take one little thing and you layer it into, or you comparatively look at what you did yesterday and see that you've moved the right direction. You've moved the needle the right direction, even though it doesn't show on the evil box that you stand on called a scale. It still is something that you're doing to be able to make yourself better and make yourself more healthy or more confident or more competent towards doing things that you want to do. So it was a great dialogue, and it was a great conversation. I didn't know if it had gotten through until the end of the training session, where she actually got up and she was leaving for the day, and she came over and she gave me a big hug and she said, I really appreciate your words, and I'm just going to keep on trucking. So I gave her my information and say, if you want to reach out, just for, encouragement or things like that. And I gave her the NFLN site, and I gave her all the different things. And I said, just check it out, right? It might be a good boost that you need to be able to get you to where you want to be. So then I also tied this back to our journeys. How often have we felt like that hill is insurmountable? How long have we been on the journey? We know where we're at. We know Weight Watchers, whatever program you're on, we know it works because it's worked for us in the past, or we're moving the right direction. But then we have a day where we wake up and we look at our journey and we say, man, I've just got this insurmountable task. I've got this mountain that I've got to climb that I don't feel like I can do, or we're having that kind of day. When we're really not just looking at the fact of my actions today make a difference today, and it makes it better today than it was yesterday. And we don't necessarily do that enough, I feel. I know I don't. And then remember, this Coffee Talk, all the Coffee Talks are all just about my journey, and I just try to relate to everybody else that's there. But I'm sure that there are some other people out there that feel the same way that I do right now, with the fact that you feel like you're working, you're making good progress, you're making good decisions, and then you have it up on the scale, and then it defeats you. Or you feel like you're going to the gym. Here's another one. Here's one that I've talked about in the past that I don't necessarily know if many people will feel the same way. But I know for me, every time I go to the gym and I start lifting weights and I start doing a lot of my strength training, I immediately see gains everywhere I'm going, where on my scales and everywhere else, on water retention, and the muscles are acting kind of funky about those things. So it gets in my head, and then I start to think to myself, not only do I have that insurmountable task to get to my goal weight, but I also have an insurmountable task with the fact that every time I go to try to work out, it adds weight to my entire goal weight. So I get all that. I do. I understand all of that. It's life. Everything that we're doing is just trying to be able to be better and be healthier. But listen, you're worth looking at your journey and thinking to yourself that today is going to be a better day than yesterday. We always talk about saying make today the best day that you've ever had. So, we talk about today's date of being the 20th of September. It is 8:22 in the morning for me as I'm about to scoot out and get to work. And I've got to make today the best 20th of September I've ever had in my whole entire life, right? I will never have another one. So I got to make today better than any of the other days that I've lived so far. And even if it's incremental, it doesn't have to be anything monumental. It just got to be small, little, bite-sized things that are better. So I may walk a few steps extra. I may eat healthier at my lunch, pack it up as a pre-packed lunch, and go and do the things that I need to do. I may invest in others. I may go volunteer a little more today than I did yesterday because it makes me feel good, and it's a great way to engage in the food for the soul. I may pick up the phone and call somebody I haven't talked to in a long time. I may invest in their journey, invest in what they're doing in their life, because I didn't do that yesterday, and I want to make today a better day. So try that today. Take the advice that I gave to myself in the fact that today is going to be a great day. I'm going to make today a better day than it was yesterday. And if you can do that, if you can focus in on that piece of it and know that you're having a victory today because you're doing something better, those victories and those things that you're doing is going to start to build up small little bricks around the foundation of whatever patio or whatever building that you want to build. And as you're building up these small bricks, they're tiny and they're little. And when you look at a brick building, they had to start somewhere. It starts with one brick on a corner, right on the edge. And then it builds into 2, and then 3, and then 4. And you're continuously building into this brick, beautiful mansion that you have built up at the end of your journey or during the time frames where you get to where you want to be or your goals. And then you can set a new set of bricks, or you can start to maybe redefine the bricks or build a window in the bricks or those kind of things, which is a later part because there is no finish line and you just keep on moving forward. But you want to get to where you want to get to, it's got to start with small, incremental, positive changes that you make in your life, that today is better than yesterday. And you build those small little bricks and you do those small little things that are going to be necessary for you to be successful. I hope that helps everybody. I know it helps me every morning when I wake up because I know that that's how I have to park. Because if I park at how far I have to go, I'm really just not going to get to where I have to get to. But if I park in the space of how far I've come and how today is going to be better than yesterday and how I'm going to make it a great day and not just have a great day, but make it a great day is all that matters. And I think that will really help me succeed moving forward. Have a great day, everybody.